Hello, everyone. It is Monday. Oh my gosh, the 13th of December today. I hope everybody's well. And we are going to have a nice, well-rounded practice today. I've added in a few new stretching exercises that I think is going to work nicely with the myofascial massage that we'll have with the tennis ball. So if you have a tennis ball, place it nearby. And we'll just get started with our typical warm-up exercises. First, we start with the neck. So lengthen your neck, open your shoulders nice and wide, head lifted. And we'll take a deep breath in and lift the chin, look skyward, feel a stretch through the throat. Good. And breathe out, bring the chin down to the chest and feel the stretch down the back of the neck. And again, let's lift the chin, breathing in, and lower the chin, breathing out. That's good. And again, let's lift, breathing in, and lower, breathing out. Perfect. Keep going with this one more time. And lower, breathing out. That's right. Bring your head back to a neutral position and turn your head to the right. See if you can turn your head as far as possible without turning the shoulders, and come back to center, and then we turn the head to the left. Go as far as possible, back to center, and again to the right. And as you do this, you can keep your eyes open and notice how it feels. There may be some straining, some stretching. Just really get into the sensation, and certainly don't go into any pain. If there's pain, you need to back off the movement. Now let's bring our head turned towards the right and do a half circle, like you're drawing a smile with the head, and stop at the left shoulder. And then we roll the head to the right shoulder, keeping the shoulders open, moving through the neck. Very gentle half circles. One more time, doesn't matter which side you're going to, and then bring your chin back down to your chest and lift the head, lengthening the neck. Good. Everybody take their hands and place them on either side of the jaw, and let's make a circle, lifting up towards the eyes and then pulling away and down. So this is releasing some tension in the jaw. Keep your teeth apart as you're doing this, but keep the mouth closed. That's right. Change directions now. Go up towards the eyes and forward. Yeah, this should feel really quite good. Excellent. Now you can bring your hands down. Keep your chest lifted. You could make two OK signs with your hands. This is a mudra. This can be called, if it's turned up, Chin Mudra, turned down, Gyan Mudra, depending on the school of yoga. And you can bring your hands either down or have them up, okay? Now, at the next breath in, imagine that the breath goes from your spine, the back body, to the front body. And then as you breathe out, the breath goes out from the front body to the back. Okay, so this takes a little bit of imagination. Imagine your spine, your back, and as you breathe in, the breath goes forward, and as you breathe out, the breath goes back. So if I turn to the side and you're imagining the breath here, you breathe in, the breath goes forward, breathe out, and the breath goes back. Okay, good. Keep the tongue in home position. Keep the teeth separated, just maybe a few millimeters between the top teeth and the lower teeth. And the tongue curves and touches the backs of the teeth. That's it. Do one more breath like this, moving the breath to the front as you breathe in, and then back as you breathe out. Good. Now, when you breathe in, I want you to feel like you're breathing in and it goes to your deep belly first. So it fills the cup. So the breath actually moves up this time as you breathe in, and then down as you breathe out. Let's do that. Breathing in, let the breath move up the front of the body, and then breathe out, it moves down the front of the body. That's it, good. Breathing in, it moves up. Breathing out, it moves down. Very nice. You can use your hand if you want. You breathe in, it moves up. Breathe out, it moves down. But after a few times with moving the hand, see if you can just do it with your imagination. Breathing in, it moves up. Breathing out, it moves down. That's great. One more. Let's see if we can do it without the hand this time. Good. Breathing in, it moves up. Breathing out, it moves down. Now, imagine that the breath moves up the back. So as you breathe in, you imagine the breath moving up the back to the crown of the head. And as you breathe out, it moves down the front of the body, down to the perineum. Let's go again. You breathe in, it moves up from the back to the crown of the head. You breathe out, it moves down to the perineum. And again, it's like a circular breath. Breathes in, moves up to the crown of the head, and breathing out, moves down the front of the body to the perineum. 2 more times. Using that visualization, taking full breaths, tongue in home position. 1 more. And breathing out. Excellent. Everyone, open your eyes now. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose. Breathe the air out through the mouth. Pulling your belly in as you're breathing out. Now, everyone, lift your perineum. Lifting upwards and inwards. Hold this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Release and breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. We do it again. Pull in your belly button. Pull up the perineum and hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Pull in your belly button, pull up the perineum. Holding 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do this 2 more times. Breathe in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Pulling in the belly button, up with the perineum. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. In with the belly, up with the perineum. Holding 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathe in normally, in and out. Very nicely done, everyone. Okay. From where you are, come up onto your hands and knees and take your tennis ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, wait for a moment and I will show you how you'll massage the front of your thigh. But if you have the tennis ball, I want you to lie down with the tennis ball at the center of the thigh, okay? So we get down, tennis ball at the center of one of the thighs. And what you're simply going to do is roll from side to side on the tennis ball. You're going to feel you're jumping over muscles. These are the quadricep muscles and the superficial quadricep muscles. So you've got rectus femoris and the vastus intermedius. And you're letting the tennis ball, it shouldn't be super comfortable. It's not a nice massage, all right? So for those of you who don't have a tennis ball, what I'd like you to do is sit in this position and take your 2 fists and simply press inwards. And you may wanna like gently turn. It's like you're making bread, okay? These are very big, thick muscles. And they're very, very strong. And we just want to get the central part, okay? So central part, you just do gentle massaging like you're making bread, you're pushing into the dough. And now for those of you who are working with the tennis ball, let's just switch sides. Change, you're all the way down on your tummy, you got the tennis ball at the center of the leg, and you just roll the leg over the tennis ball. And you should feel you're going over those muscles, kind of going. All right, for most people, those muscles can be very sore. And here we're working with the muscle, but also with the fascia, it's the connective tissue over the muscles. And we want to create a slide and glide effect for those muscles. You don't have the tennis ball again, you take your fists and you work in, sitting in this position. You work into the muscles like you're making bread, like you're pressing the dough. That's it. Good. All right. For those of you with the tennis ball, you can set your hands under your shoulders, come up onto the hands and knees, and place the tennis ball to the side. Now, if you're working just with your fists, you can stop now, come up onto your hands and knees. Taking a deep breath in, let's curl our spine, look skyward, and breathe out and round, look to your belly button. And again, we'll curl and look skyward. Breathing in, breathing out, look to the belly button. One more time, let's curl and look skyward. And breathing out, look to the belly button. Come back to a flat back. Everyone, open your knees. And now, as we sit back into child's pose, I want everyone to take their thighs and roll them out to the sides. So it's not going to be very easy. You're going to roll them out to the sides as you sit down. This sort of creates an external rotation of the thighs. You're on your heels, reach your hands out in front of you and come into a child's pose. So the forehead, if you can reach the floor, great. If you don't, it's okay. Just tuck your chin in and take a few deep breaths here. This should help really to relax the low back. And you should feel a little stretch through the shoulders, perhaps through the arms, and through the hips as well. From here, come up onto your hands and knees. The hands are farther forward than the shoulders now. Bring your knees in at hip width, and let's take a gentle curve of the spine for the bowstring type position. So the chin is lifted, the belly is super long. We pull the heart forward, pulling the ribs away from the hips, and we bounce back and forth. This is part of our mobilization and our warm-up before we get working. And this can be extremely important to get your body ready for movement. If we just jump into movement, maybe the articulation, the joints are not ready for it. And it's much healthier to get ourselves mobilized before the big movements. So now let's take our right knee and place the right foot on the floor, pointing the right knee out to the right-hand side. Reach with your right hand as far as possible. And again, we'll bounce back and forth. And you'll feel an opening of the side body as well. Good. Now bring the hand back down and let's stretch the right leg out to the side, toes pointing forward. You should feel that the inner thigh is stretching, and we'll bounce back and forth again. These inner thighs get very tight while we're seated. So here we're stretching them out, getting a little bit of a release. Bring the knee back down. And we'll change sides. Lift the left knee, set the left foot down, the knee points out to the side, left hand reaches in front of you, fingertips on the floor, and we bounce back and forth again. With that left hand side stretching out, opening up, the hips starting to get warm, the articulation of the hip and the knee starting to warm themselves up. Then bring the hand back down, stretch your left leg out to the side, toes pointing forward. We bounce back and forth again. This also starts to get the wrists ready for action, the shoulders as well. And then we can bring the knee back down. Now, here's a really interesting movement that we all probably did when we were young. Not all babies crawl, but in the original strength method, this helps to get us back into our bodies and our blueprints of our bodies. So bring your left hand forward, right knee forward. Left knee forward, right hand forward. Left hand forward, right knee. So it's always opposite hand and knee and forward again. Now start going back. Opposite hand, opposite knee. Just crawl back on your mat. See if you can get all the way back at the back edge of your mat and then crawl forward again. Crawl back. Go a little bit faster now. Crawl forward. Notice what's going on in the shoulders, wrists, and knees, hips, and back. Crawl back. Crawl forward last time. Bring your hands to the front edge of your mat. Let your hips tilt up again, finding the bowspring. Tuck your toes, and let's go into crouching cat. Hips lifting, chest pulling away from the hips. And let's bounce back and forth. The knees open as you bounce back. Bounce back and forth. 3, 2, 1. Let's open the feet as wide as the mat now. Step your hands back. Fingertips on the floor. Press the hips far behind you. Lift your chin and let's bounce here. 5, 4. Like you're sitting in a deep chair. 2 and 1. Lift both hands at the same time, hands onto the thighs, hips way, way, way back. From here, bring your right shoulder forward, look over your left shoulder. Back to center, change. Left shoulder forward, look over the right. Back to center and change. So it's just an easy standing twist. The hips are behind us, we're in a little squat. Change sides. One more time each side. Looking over the shoulder, last one. Good, come back to center. Now, keeping this little squat, push against your hands until your arms become straight. Your chest lifts and your rib cage is farther forward from your hips. This helps to engage the low back, and you should feel that at the low back. Stretch your arms straight out in front of you. If you want, you can curl the fingers or you stretch with your fingers. Now we're going to come to a deeper seat, raise the arms a bit, and then come back up. A deeper seat and back up. So we're going from little squat to a little bit deeper and then come back up. Another 5, 4, that's it. 3, stay strong, hips back. 2, here's the last one. 1, come all the way up to standing. Whew. Step your feet in and forward to the front edge of your mat. Once you're at the front edge, check your feet, hip width. Toes open and grabbing gently into the floor like little suction cups. Hands can come to your heart center. Find your perfect posture right now. So your chest is lifted. Your shoulders are open, the chin is lifted, and your eyes are at the horizon. Let's go. Let's take a deep breath in and stretch skyward. Bring your hands down to your heart center, elbows come to the knees, and let's step back to a plank position. From plank position, lower your knees, everyone. Open your hands. Now you can choose here. You can do a tiny push-up or a nice big push-up, down and up, all the way to the floor. Point your toes, hands under the shoulders, rise to a little cobra. Bring your chest back down, push up onto the hands and knees. Tucking your toes, take downward facing dog or crouching cat. Stay here, breathing 3, tongue in home position, 2, and 1. looking to your hands, begin stepping forward. Right foot, then the left, and then all the way to the front edge of the mat. Bend your knees low, hands to your thighs, coming up to the chair, arms by your ears, and then all the way up to standing. Perfect posture, everyone. Hands to your heart center, same thing. Deep breath in. Breathing out, let's fold. Stepping back to a plank position. Lower your knees down, open your hands. So decide, how are you going to do your push-up? Push-ups develop functional strength. So it's super important that you do even one tiny one. Down and up, all the way down. Point your toes, rising up to a little cobra. And push back. Downward facing dog or crouching cat. Stay here. 3, 2, 1. Lift your left foot now. Swing it halfway up the mat, then stepping all the way. Bend your knees, hands to your thighs, coming up to a chair. And then all the way up to standing. Good. Hands to your heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows coming down, stepping back to a plank. Hold, lower the knees, open your hands. One push-up. Do a little one if you only want to just get into the movement. Hands come in under the shoulders, rise to a cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Holding here, 3, 2, 1. Step your right foot forward, then the left, coming forward, hands to your thighs, coming up into chair, and arms stretched by your sides, perfect posture. Hands to your heart center, go again, deep breath in, rising up. Good, folded forward, elbows to knees, beautiful. Stepping back to the plank, excellent. Knees come down, open your hands and do that push-up just for some functional strength. Good job, Gita, good. Excellent, Evelyn, you're doing more than one. All the way down, point your toes, rise up to cobra, beautiful. Good, Ivana, push back. Down dog or crouching cat. Hold that position. Nice, Taina, nice and slow, beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Start with your left foot forward this time, stepping, bend your knees low, come to a chair. Nice, Claudia. All the way up to standing, arms by your sides. Perfect posture. Yes, good. Okay, we're gonna add on from here. Hands come to your heart center. Take a deep breath in and then fold, bending at the knees. I want you to stay here, fingertips on the floor. Your knees are so bent that you can get your fingertips on the floor. Then raise your right leg, the knee is bent. We're gonna press it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now step it far back and take your plank position. Woo! Bring your knees down, open your hands, do that push-up. You could do more than one if you feel like it. All the way down, pointing your toes. Let's rise up to the little cobra and push back to down dog or crouching cat. Now, we usually stay here for 3, right? I want you to bring the right foot forward and then bring it back. 3, then the left, 2, and now the right again. 1, and step all the way forward. Bend your knees low, hands to your thighs, coming up to a chair position, and all the way up to standing. Good, same thing, other side, hands to the heart center. Deep breath in, let's rise. Elbows come down to knees. Now bend your knees so low, your hands are on the floor. Raise your left leg, knee bent, and you press it to the sky. 3, 2, 1. Step it way back to a plank position. Lower your knees, open your hands. 1 push-up. The elbows go towards your hips, a little bit more towards your hips than forward. All the way down, point your toes, rise to a cobra. Down dog or crouching cat. Now, left foot, you just lift it and step it. 3, now the right. 2, now the left again. 1, and step all the way forward. Knees bend, hands to thighs, coming up to chair, and all the way up to standing. Same thing, hands to your heart center. Deep breath in, rise up. Folding, hands come down, good job. Right leg comes up into the air, let's do this. Press it up to the sky, 3, 2, 1, good job. Stepping all the way back, plank position, excellent. 1 push-up, good. Then all the way down, you could do more than 1, good job, Claudia. All the way down, point your toes, rise to cobra, and downward facing dog or crouching cat. Now it's the right leg that goes forward, and then step it back, then the left leg that goes forward, and step it back, then the right foot forward, and let's step all the way forward, front edge of the mat. Good. All right, into a chair position. Excellent. Hold it there for a second, and then come all the way up to standing. Yes. Good. Hands to your heart center. Last round. Deep breath in, rise up. That's perfect. Fold forward. Okay. Lifting your left leg this time. Oops, sorry, Ivana. Get the left leg up in the forward fold. Yes, 3, 2, 1. Step it all the way back now to the plank position. Good job, ladies. Yes, bring your knees down and let's go for that push-up. You could do more than 1 if you feel like it. Yes, then all the way down. Point your toes and coming up into that cobra, and then down dog or crouching cat. Yes. Okay, now the left leg steps forward and back, then the right leg forward and back. Now the left leg again, forward and step it all the way forward. Good. Bend your knees, take the chair, and everyone hold in the chair. Hold in the chair. Bring your hands back to your heart center. Hips move back, lift the chest. Raise your right leg. Set your gaze at one point. Stretch the right leg in front of you. Hold it. We got those quadriceps warm up with the rolling. Now we're starting to work them strong in a strong way. Bend the knee now and send the leg behind you. You keep both legs slightly bent. So we don't straighten the right leg, but you want to bring it up behind you so you work more the glute. Set your gaze at a point in front of you. Hands stay at your heart center. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to the chair. Hands back to your heart center still. Raise your left leg. Set your gaze at one point. Straighten the leg and hold. Feel the quadriceps working, as well as the hip flexors. Setting your gaze at the horizon. Rebend. Send the leg behind you. You don't have to straighten the leg. Just lift it behind you. Holding. Standing leg stays bent. 3, 2, 1. Come back into the chair, everyone. Raise your arms by your ears. Keep with your quadriceps working. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, elbows pull down. Breathing in, reach. Breathing out, elbows pull down. And again, breathe in, reach. Breathing out, elbows pull down. One more time, breathe in, reach. Elbows pull down. Good, come all the way up to standing and release to let go. Good job. You can take a step back and come to the center of your mat. Hands to your hips. Bend your knees slightly. I want you to raise your right leg and cross the ankle over the left thigh. The right knee kind of points diagonally skyward. So we don't want to point the right knee out to the side. We want to lift it diagonally skyward. Sink your hips back. Now, bring your right arm over your left. Lift the hands and see if you can grab the wrist This is eagle pose with the arms. Grab the wrist, grab the thumb or palms together. Raise your arms as high as possible. Set your gaze beyond your arms, holding 3, 2, 1. Release. Good job. Hands to your hips again. Bend your knees. Crossing your left ankle over the right thigh. The knee points up. This time, left arm over the right, crossing. Bend at the elbows. Grab either the wrist, the left thumb, or the palms are together. Lift your elbows, push your hands away from you. Set your gaze beyond your arms. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Releasing. Excellent. Turn to the side so that you're at the length of your mat. Hands at your hips and step your feet wide. Nice and wide. Set your hands at your low back so the thumbs go around your waist and the fingers point in towards each other at the low back. Lift your chest and lean backwards, opening the throat. Open the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. If it's not good for your neck, you can look forward. Okay? Just find the position that's right for you where you feel the effort, but no pain, please. Taking another deep breath in. Breathe out and fold forward. You can slide your hands along your legs. Your knees stay slightly bent and soft. The hips go way back. Go down as low as possible. If you can grab the ankles, great. If you're here at the tibia, that's great too. Look at the floor and hold this position. Deep breathing. Tongue in home position. Walk your hands over towards your right foot, fingertips on the floor. Begin bending your right knee and see if you can get all the way down onto the right heel. If this is too much, you can keep the hips up off the heel. Keep the hands on the floor, okay? If you're all the way down on the heel, lift up your left toes, point them up to the sky, and walk your hands out in front of you for a deep stretch down through the back as well as the hips, inner thigh, and the back of the thigh. Take deep, slow breaths. Don't go beyond anything that doesn't feel right, okay? Walking your hands back. Use the strength in your arms to push yourself back up and turn to your right, completely to the right, bringing the left knee down. All right? Your hips are forward. Set your hands on the front thigh and push away from the front thigh to get a stretch down the front of the left leg. So you're lifting up. Raise your left arm. Reach skyward and get deeper into the stretch and hold. If you squeeze the back glute, that's going to help protect the hip. 3, 2, 1. Bring the left hand back down to the floor. Lift up the back knee and turn again to the center of your mat. This time, hands on the floor. Knees stay soft. Keep your eyes between your hands and fold forward more deeply. See if you can get down deeper than before. Keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Walk your hands now over to your left foot and we'll do the same thing other side. Sink down, bending the knee. Let your hip go back. If you can get all the way down onto the heel, then lift up the right toes. Otherwise, you keep the foot down. If you're here, keep the foot down and you're just leaning over. Use your hands and your arms to hold you. If you're all the way on the heel, walk your hands forward, a little bit to the inside, getting the stretch through the back. 3, 2, 1. Bring your hands back. Use the strength to come up, back, arm to the feet, and turn your left foot to the left. Bring the right knee down. Hands come onto the front thigh, and you lift up into a little lunge position. You're down, stretching out the hip flexors. Hips go forward. As we massage just in front of the thigh, this is really super good to get into those deep stretches. Raise your right arm. Lift and open. Stay here and breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing the hands back down. Lift up the back knee and turn forward once again. Hands come down to the floor. Fold yourself forward. Knees are soft. Hips lifting, pushing back. Now turn your heels inwards, one hand at a time on the thighs. Let your hips go back. Lift the chest, and we're coming into an open standing frog position. Arms out to the side, stretch them long. Lift the chest. From the side, the hips go back. They go backwards. Yeah, don't tuck your hips under. Keep them back. Holding here, lift the chin. Good. 3, sink down a little bit lower. That's it. Knees wider, knees wider. Yes. 2, and 1. Come all the way up to standing. Stepping, you can step your feet in heel, toe, or you could jump and bring your feet together. Excellent. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You're at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or at the inner thigh. Raise your arms and stretch them wide, lifting and opening in our tree pose. Good. Hands to your hips. Bring the foot back down. Let the tree pose calm you. Bend your left knee, 45-degree angle, either at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms and allow the position to calm you down. Well done. Hands to your hips, lower the leg, and come stepping to the front edge of your mat. Good job. Hands to your heart center, and we're going to move into plank position. So we take a deep breath in, folding forward, stepping back and into a plank position. If you have any issues with the wrists, you can come down onto your elbows. If it's not good for your low back, you can have your knees down. Just find the position where you can stay. Lift your chin and breathe. 5, see if you can flatten out your tummy while making it long. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower your knees, and everyone, let's lower down onto the belly. Hands under the forehead. Let your hips move from side to relax and to let go. Then coming up onto our elbows. Bend your right knee and grab the foot, the ankle. You could grab the pant leg. If you have a strap nearby and it's better for you to grab the strap, that's fine. If it's really too difficult for the knee to grab the leg, just hold it here, bending the knee. At least you get a little stretch of the quadriceps, okay? If you've got the foot or the ankle, pull the heel in as tightly as possible till you get the stretch. Lifting the chest, looking forward. And let's release. Hands under the forehead. Move your hips from side to side to let go. Coming up again, onto the elbows. This time the left leg. Do what you can, either grabbing the foot, grabbing the ankle or the pant leg. Use a strap if you have one and you need one. Or you could just bend the knee and hold it there. Looking forward. Stay with your breath. And let's release and let go. Good job. Move your hips. Lifting your head, chest, and shoulders. Let's bring our arms wide to the sides, palms down. We're going to work a bit the upper back, lifting the head, chest, shoulders, and arms as high as possible, and lift your legs. Stay here and breathe. Excellent work for the back, the whole back chain of the body. This is what babies do when they get prepped to start crawling or sitting and walking. They do it on purpose to work their back, to get them strong enough to be able to hold the body. One more deep breath in. Bring your hands down, push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your knees forward. And let's bring the feet to one side to come to a seated position. From here, bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Grab around your toes or around your ankles. Lift your chest and lean forward just a little bit, okay? And now we're going to move the knees up and down, getting into the articulation of the hips, the knees, the low back. And here, we're just bringing liquid. The more you move your articulations, the more hydrated they become. So very gentle, slow movements. Feel the stretching going on. And we release. Bending the knees, grab behind the thighs now and roll down onto your back. We're going to do 4 different kinds of bridge poses, so stick with me. Arms by your sides, walk your heels away. First thing, hamstring bridge. Knees slightly bent, heels down, toes up. Raise your hips. Pull your heels a little bit towards you to get even more engagement into the hamstrings. And we hold. 3, 2, 1. Coming down. Step your feet in. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. Frog bridge. Push the soles of your feet together and lift your hips. And here we're going to press a little bit higher. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hips back down. Good. Now lift your feet, lift your knees, separate your feet hip width. Come up into a little bridge pose, and we're going to do active bridge where we squeeze the knees towards each other and then apart, okay? Now when you bring your knees together, I want you to feel like you're pulling the perineum up at the same time, and then apart. So squeeze together, pull up and apart. Good, this helps work the perineum, the inner thighs, as well as the glutes, and a little bit the outer thighs. Let's go. 5, release. 4, squeeze, release. 3, release. 2, and here's the last one. 1, lower your hips down. Good. Set your feet well. Hip width, elbows into the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades and let's get up for a half bridge pose. Feel the glutes engaging. Feel the thighs engaging. Lengthen your neck. Stay with your breath. If you'd like to take full bridge, you may do it now. If you're in full bridge, come out of full bridge now and meet us in half bridge. Everyone now in half bridge, let's reach our arms over the head and bring the back down one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly. Ah, that's good. Good. Now that the back is all the way down on the floor, stretch your legs out as wide as your mat. Hold it here. Arms still over the head. Take a few deep breaths. Now rebend your knees. Clasp your hands behind your head. Open your elbows, and you got your head supported by your hands. So the neck is supported and the head is supported, okay? Let's raise our right leg. And I want you to bring it down as low as possible without straining the back, okay? If it's just halfway, that's fine. If it's all the way just hovering above the floor, that's fine too. Find the spot. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, raise the leg and raise the head and shoulders. Then bring the head and shoulders back down, lower the leg. Here we go. 10, back down. 9, breathe out as you lift. 7, 6, 5, 4, keep breathing out, pull the belly in. 3, 2, here's the last one. 1, good job. Bend the knee, foot flat. Stretch your left leg. Bring it down as low as possible for you. Deep breath in, breathe out. 10, raise the leg, raise the head and shoulders. 9, keep the belly firm, keep the perineum lifted. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, here's the last one. Good. Raise both legs now. Point your toes. Lift up your head and shoulders up off the floor and begin lowering your legs as low as possible without straining the back. Here we go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep the belly strong. 3, keep the head and shoulders up. 2, 1, slowly lower, lift the legs up. 10, 9, stay with it. 8, 7, 6, 5, we're halfway now. 4, 3, 2, good job. 1, knees to the chest and rock from side to side. That was excellent, very good. Okay. Let's cross our right ankle over the left thigh, flexing both feet. Grab either around both thighs or just behind the left, and straighten your left leg. Heel pushes to the sky, toes pulling towards the nose. Relax your head and neck, shoulders wide. Deep, deep breaths. Rebend the left knee. Bring the foot to the floor. Let's do a closed twist. Let your knees fall to your left. Turn your head to the right, looking at the right hand. Uncross both legs, right knee lifts first, left knee follows. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh now. Grab around the legs or behind the right leg and straighten your right leg to the sky. Pull the knees towards you, pull the legs towards you. Heel pushing to the sky, toes pulling towards the face, and we hold. Rebend the knee, bring the foot down to the floor, close twist. Let the knees go to your right, turn your head to the left and reach out to the left. Holding that nice twist, deep breaths. Good. Uncross your legs, rolling back onto your back. Lifting the feet, take a happy baby pose, grabbing the ankles or the bottoms of your feet, knees wide, rock from side to side. Then bring the feet down, clasp your hands together, and begin making circles with the hands on the ceiling so you get a little massage of your upper back, just like we did for the lower back. Change the direction of the circle. Then bring your hands clasped behind your head, elbows in front of the face, and gently lift the head, chin towards the chest, and get a stretch through the neck and the trapezius. Turn your head to the right, look at the right foot. Back to center. Turn your head to the left, look at the left foot. Back to center, and lower the head down gently and slowly. Stretch one leg at a time onto your mats. Turn your palms to the sky. Make minor adjustments to find your point of comfort where you can be really comfortable and not move for the next few minutes. Breath is deep and slow. And the heart rate calms itself down. Feel as if you have a central heating system just at your heart center. And that heat radiates outwards. Melting all of the muscles, tension, that heat melts any adherences you may have in the body, any points that feel stuck or that don't move as well as they should. Allow that heat from the heart center to radiate out all the way down to the toes, to the tips of the fingers, to the front of the body, to the back of the body, and up to the crown of the head. Allow that heat to heal and to regenerate. To rejuvenate and make anew. Begin breathing more deeply. And now begin moving your fingers and your toes. Moving the hands and the feet. And let's raise our arms up over the head and stretch from fingers to toes. And gently raise the knees up against the chest and pull them in towards the chest. Gently rocking from side to side. Good, good. Right arm to the right ear, roll all the way to your right hand side. Setting your hands down onto the floor, lift up from the side, come to a seated position. Nice. And let's rub our hands together, warm them up nicely. Bring your hands over your face, gently tapping around the eyes. Shaking your hands out. Let's do that again. Rub the hands together, warm them up. Bring them over your face. Gently tap around the eyes. And shake out. Hands at your heart center. Everyone have a lovely afternoon. Thank you for joining. Namaste. All the best. Good job.